African women are again calling for higher participation of women in politics as the 2019 general election draws nearer. Well, this call was made during the UN Women Regional Conference in Abuja.
This conference, which draws participants from West and Central Africa, is coming at a time when more than 10 African countries are warming up for elections come 2019. Participants are worried that in spite of the high population of women in Africa and their contributions to governance, only few women are elected into decision-making positions in their countries. The conference is to ensure that women's right to political participation is not only projected and promoted, but that more women are elected into political positions.
Women have been marginalized and are still sidelined to a considerable degree. According to a 2017 Global Gender Gap report by the World Economic Forum, it will take 99 years to close the gap between men and women globally, and 135 years to achieve the same in Nigeria.
Promoting the agenda of women's political representation is a right, but it also makes smart governance sense, as it facilitates inclusive decision-making, and is also an important strategy to realize our broad development goals. What is clear, though, is that the low representation of women is particularly acute in West Africa, where women's representation to elected office is approximately 14%, compared to the average for the entire Africa region, which is 23%.
Highlighting the importance of women participation in politics, speakers at the event noted that African nations stand to benefit largely from women participation in politics. They called on stakeholders to support women participation into elective positions of their choice.
The increased participation of women in politics will have multiplier effect on development outcomes, as it will ensure public policies that improve the economic power of women and thereby the economic power of the country as a whole.
When women and girls participate in political processes, in conflict resolution and mediation, their contribution helps build a more sustainable peace. Evidence shows that when women participate meaningfully in peace agreements, they're 35% more likely to last 15 years. Women and girls are disproportionately affected by conflict and crisis, and they're part of the solution.
It is hoped that at the end of this two-day conference, more political parties will increase women representation in their parties and give them the necessary support needed for winning elections.